All right, let's see if the sound's working, guys. Let me know if it is. If I'm too loud, let me know as well. All right, good to see you, brother. How you been? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a major severe weather outbreak ongoing across the country here. We got some storms coming in here across the Pittsburgh area. I'll talk about these in a little bit. Let me go down here towards Memphis. You did say that the Memphis radar is down. Let me see if I can get in a little here closer. There we go. Man, that is one hell of a cell. It's going okay. Like I said, my voice is a little weird tonight, but nevertheless, I'm definitely going to be live streaming these storms coming in. Man, look at that cell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is a tornado emergency. This is one of the very few that I've actually seen on live stream, and the tornado is observed. We got golf ball size hail. Let me zoom in here on the actual warning here. So this is at 1:22 a.m. Confirmed large and destructive tornado was located over Sladen or 12 miles north of Holly Springs, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Tornado emergency for Sladen. This is a particularly dangerous situation. All right, so locations impacted include Ghost River State, Natural Area, Salisbury, Mount Pleasant, LaGrange, Moscow, not Russia, Early Grove, Williston, Grand Junction, Michigan City, Lamar, Hayes Crossing, Pattersonville, Sladen, 45, Tasca, Rossville, and Somerville. So yeah, there is a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado on the ground. So let's zoom in if we get this playing a little bit. Man, look at that. Perfect hook echo we have going on there. Unfortunately, it looks like LaGrange and Grand Junction here. LaGrange looks like it took like a direct hit. Grand Junction, you are in the path of this storm. Let me see if I can get this rolling here. See how fast. So 47. It's a pretty fast tornado there. All right. All right, so tornado emergency, Grand Junction, 2 minutes, Van Buren, 12 minutes, Lisbon, 22 minutes, Hebron, 25 minutes. Looks like there's about 271 people in the path of this storm. So definitely take cover if you see your town or city on that list. The good thing this actually didn't hit Memphis there. That would have been completely devastating. I did hear a couple towns were devastated tonight. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers go out to them. Hey, bro, there's no echo on the mic, right? Just want to make sure. Thanks for checking that. Man, this is a wild storm. Perfect hook echo. It's got the flying eagle configuration on it. This is heading off to the northeast at 47 miles per hour. So if you guys are in the path of this storm, definitely take shelter immediately. This thing can be on top of you very quickly. Please don't try to outrun this storm in any way. If you have a basement, definitely get to your basement, get to your safe shelter. And please make sure that you're on the lowest level of the building that you're in, and in the interior as well. You don't want to be near any windows or outside walls. It's definitely not a good situation. Let me get some velocity measurements on this. Man, nice couplet. All right, so right in there, folks, we can see that. So it looks like 64.6 on top of 49.21. So it's about 100 miles an hour, 100 and give or take. It's not too bad, 105 miles per hour. Definitely a strong tornado coming in. Let me see if I can get some correlation on there. Man. Let me just make sure. Let me get some base. Wow, that's massive right there. Still says observed on this storm, but oh, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tornado situated right in there. And it almost looks like there could be one down in here too, but I'm willing to bet that it's right in that area. Man, it's absolutely a monster storm. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. I know there was another storm like this earlier tonight, but I haven't been doing weather videos in a long time, and I'm glad to be back on here. All right, let's see here. Seems another tornado warning has been issued. This is going to be extended for sure. This is a very, very strong tornado here. Again, guys, this is heading towards Ghost River State Natural Area, Salisbury, Grand Junction, Michigan City, LaGrange, Pattersonville, 45, and Somerville. So if you guys are in the path of this storm, please take shelter immediately. And it looks like the PDS tornado warning has been extended here. It does say radar indicated, it hasn't been observed, but I can guarantee you that this thing is probably still on the ground. Yeah, I agree. It does kind of look like that, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tornado warning for, let me put this over here so you guys can see. This is for southeastern Fayette County in West Tennessee, Hardman County, southwestern McNairy County, and southwestern Chester County in West Tennessee. So at 1:41 a.m., a large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near LaGrange, or 16 miles southwest of Bolivar, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Yeah, guys, please do not try to outrun this storm. This storm moving at 60 miles per hour, it'll be on top of you very quickly. And given that this is a large and extremely dangerous tornado, the likelihood of survival, if you're caught out in the open with this thing, is not likely. It even says right here, folks, impact, you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. Locations impacted include Ghost River State Natural Area, 40 Forks, Rose Creek, Selmer, Pine Top, Bethel Springs, LaGrange, Maysville, Hickory Valley, Chickasaw State Forest, Sillerton, Hickory Corners, Bolivar, Hebron, Middleton, Van Buren, Purdy, Rogers Springs, and Salisbury. So to repeat, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect your life, take cover now. Move to a storm shelter or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors or in a mobile home, even in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter to protect yourself from flying debris. Tornadoes are extremely difficult to see and to confirm at night as well. So don't wait to see or hear the tornado. Definitely take cover now. It's definitely not a good situation, guys. Look at that. It's perfect. Hook Echo and Flying Eagle configuration. It's a nasty looking cell. Man, velocity is absolutely off the charts there. It's almost perfect signature there. Looks like some of this is getting mixed out as well. Definitely some hail flying in this storm. I believe it said, yeah, there it is, golf ball size hail. Man, got a perfect couplet there. It's definitely not good. So looking at 80 on top of 47. So that's definitely not a good sign. It looks like this tornado sort of recycled and came back down even stronger. So we're looking at a possibly 127 mile per hour tornado there. It's definitely not good. All right. Let me get some towns in the path of this storm here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so Van Buren at about 4 minutes, Hebron 14 minutes, Ceres 17 minutes, Hornsby 19 minutes, Pine Top 23 minutes, Rose Creek 25 minutes, and Robertson in about 26 minutes. Folks, please head into your shelter immediately. Get to the lowest level in the building that you're in, and please get to the interior of that building. Stay away from windows, stay away from exterior walls. This is a life-threatening situation. If you find yourself driving in this area, please pull off the road and try to get into a ditch if you don't have any shelter. Unfortunately, that's the best you can get if you're just out and about driving and there's no substantial shelter nearby. So please make sure that you're staying safe if you're out here. This is a very intense supercell thunderstorm. Unfortunately, it looks like this thing can go for a long time as well. It's got a lot of clean inflow from the south and the southeast being ingested into this storm. So it's definitely not good. Let me head up north just a little bit. Don't want to focus too much just on one storm, even though this does look like it is the main storm right now. So we also have a observed PDS tornado warning here. This is for northern Lewis County in Middle Tennessee, Perry County, and western Hickman County in Middle Tennessee. This is until 2:15 a.m. At 1:40 a.m., a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located over Linden, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Again, this is a PDS, or particularly dangerous situation. So the tornado will be near Linden around 1:45 and Centerville around 2:05. Yeah, it definitely looks pretty rough. All right, let me get the path of this storm. So it's moving at 50. Take a look at velocity there. Oh, man. Look at that couplet. That's textbook right there. So we got 88 on top of 15. So that's definitely pretty strong there. Unfortunately, this looks like it's going to be another, as the warning said, another large and extremely dangerous tornado on the ground. So we're looking at about 100, 102 mile per hour winds with this tornado. Velocity estimates there. Man, that's absolutely wild. Yeah, I remember you being around that area, bro. I'm sure you've seen crazy storms down there. Unfortunately, we don't really get very good storms up here in Pittsburgh. Sometimes we do. We'll see if any of these storms live up to that tonight. It looks like we're going to get some severe weather. See how that goes. All right, so this is moving at 50. Let me zoom out a little bit just to get a better idea here. Check that out. There's a nice bound weak echo region there as well, right in the center of this storm. That's most likely where the tornado is going to be. All right, folks, this is going to be near Pleasantville in about 5 minutes, Upper Sinking in about 9 minutes, Beaver Dam Springs, 12 minutes, Cobble, 14 minutes, Whitfield, 15 minutes, Deans, 21 minutes, Woodland Heights, 22 minutes, Toomey in 23 minutes, Elkins, 24 minutes, and Centerville in 25 minutes. After that, I'm not sure how long this tornado can go, but it does look like it's getting a little bit more defined on radar. It looks like the hook is trying to come down to the south and push that RFD behind it and around it to intensify the storm there. So we're going to have to watch that one very carefully as well. Man, that's absolutely insane. I believe, let's see, there's another two more tornado warnings to discuss up here. Let me hit these ones real quick. All right, so this is for Jackson County in southeastern Ohio until 3:15 a.m. At 2:47 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Clarktown or 13 miles north of Portsmouth, moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. And the storm will be near Jackson around 2:55 a.m. and Wellston around 3 a.m. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Colton, Beyer, Petersburg, and maybe or Mobby. I am very good at butchering city names, folks, so I do apologize for that. Let me look at some of this velocity data in there. Definitely weak mesocyclone. Oops. Right in there. So we're going to have to watch that. It definitely looks like it could spin up, especially given the hooking nature of this storm as well. So it looks like it could be right in there, and there could be a couple brief spin ups right in here as well. If that's the case, that is going to head over towards Jackson and Wellston. And it looks like this storm is moving at 56 miles per hour. So that would place, let's see. Let me get this going for you guys. It is. It's definitely a classic QLCS setup. So there are 56,739 people in the path of this storm. It'll be near Sharon in 6 minutes, Jackson 6 minutes, Jackson Heights in 7 minutes, Chapman 9 minutes, Petria or Petria 10 minutes, Davisville 10 minutes, Colton in 11 minutes, Tom Corwin 11 minutes, Altoona in 12 minutes, Glenroy 12 minutes, and Goldsboro and Rhodes in 13 minutes. Sorry about that. So if you guys are in the path of this storm, please seek shelter immediately. Although it is not an observed tornado, it is radar indicated, but that does not mean that it won't be observed soon, because it definitely could be. This definitely looks like there's a brief spin up here heading right into Jackson. So if you're in Jackson, Ohio here, definitely please heed the warning and get to your storm shelter or tornado shelter immediately. All right, folks, let's head up out to the north. It looks like this is over Coshocton, Ohio. Another tornado warning radar indicated. So at 2:48 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 9 miles north of Dresden or 8 miles west of Coshocton, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Man, these storms are flying tonight. The low-level jet is definitely intensifying and pushing these storms off to the east and the northeast. So please move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built building away from windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. These locations will be impacted here. This will be New Philadelphia, Coshocton, Newcomerstown, West Lafayette, Nadenhuten. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Baltic, Warsaw, Port Washington, Stone Creek, Gilmore, Chile, Bakersville, and Cooperdale. So if I read off your town and I butchered it, I apologize. But if I did read off your town, please seek shelter immediately. Here in the Pittsburgh area, there's nothing really going on. We're just waiting for this line to the east to come in. We are currently outside of the watch area for severe thunderstorm, so we'll see if this storm gets its act together even more or keeps its strength. Let's go back down to the main storm here. Very, very nasty. So it's still an observed PDS tornado warning, golf ball size hail as well. This is going to be near 40 Forks, Rose Creek, Selmer, Pine Top, Bethel Springs, Maysville, Hickory Valley, Chickasaw State Forest, Sillerton, Hickory Corners, Boulevard, Hebron, Van Buren, Purdy, Hornsby, Lisbon, Woodville, Middleburg, McNary, and Lacey. And again, I repeat, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect your life, please take cover now, folks. Move to a storm shelter or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows if you're outdoors or in a mobile home or even in a vehicle just driving through. Move to the closest substantial shelter. Protect yourself from flying debris. It's definitely not looking good. Man, it's a perfect couplet there. We got 123 on top of around 30. So we're looking at possibly 150 mile per hour tornado. It's definitely not good. Correlation coefficient is a little messy here. Man, this is definitely not a good setup, folks. It almost looks like, let me just confirm that. So there is, taking a look at the correlation coefficient. Let's get both on the screen for you guys. There we go. So tornadoes are right in there. It almost looks like there's definitely some hail coming here, but then it looks like there's some either hail or possible debris going up to the north of Boulevard there. This is going to come into Hornsby here, so please get to your tornado shelter immediately. Very, very nasty looking storm. Yeah, it's not looking good. I just want to see if there's anything else in there. Yeah, that's nasty. This storm to the south also looks like it will get a severe thunderstorm warning issued on it very soon. Definitely has a tornado vortex signature on it. Which it could be... Most likely it's going to be for this section down in here. Yeah, it definitely looks like a big time debris signature on that last cell. It's definitely not looking good. And unfortunately, this storm, at least the hail portion of it, as well as the heavy precipitation, is going to move over some of these areas impacted by this large and extremely violent tornado. So unfortunately, it's not going to give very many, it's not going to give much time for people to recover from that at all. And as I said, there's the severe thunderstorm warning for this storm. So at 1:58 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Mount Pleasant, or 11 miles east of Colliersville, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. This is for north central Marshall County in northwestern Mississippi, northwestern Benton County in northeastern Mississippi, southern Fayette County in West Tennessee, and southwestern Hardman County in West Tennessee. 60 mile per hour wind gusts, quarter size hail, and tornado possible there, folks. So we're going to have to watch this cell very carefully as it goes over some of the same areas impacted by that massive hook echo storm up there to the northeast. So some locations impacted include Piperton, Ghost River State Natural Area, Salisbury, Mount Pleasant, Laconia, LaGrange, Hickory Valley, Moscow, Early Grove, Williston, Grand Junction, Michigan City, Hayes Crossing, Pattersonville, Van Buren, Sladen, 45, Rossville, and Whiteville. Yeah, I agree. This storm definitely looks to be pushing out. You can see that bow echo featured, which means that low-level jets ramping up behind bringing winds down from the mid-levels to the surface. So we're going to have 60, possibly even 70 mile per hour wind gusts coming in there. That's definitely not going to look good. But if this does start to hook out a little bit, we could possibly see even another tornado warning just on the heels of this one. That unfortunately is impacting some of these communities here, and our thoughts and prayers go out to each and every individual affected by this storm tonight and any other storms that produce tornadoes and damage tonight. It's definitely not good, folks. Looks like there's a couple more tornado warnings up and down this line as well. Severe thunderstorm warning still ongoing. Looks like the severe thunderstorm warnings haven't been extended yet here, heading towards the Pittsburgh area. But if you live in Cadiz, Barnesville, Woodsville, Weirton, Wellsburg, Wheeling, Moundsville, and even into my area, which includes the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, we're going to have to get ready for some of these cells coming in. We'll see if we lose power where I'm at. The neighborhood that I live in tends to lose power very frequently, unfortunately. So we'll see how that goes tonight. But I'm going to stay on as long as I possibly can tonight. Yeah, that's looking nasty. Both of these cells, unfortunately. It looks like the storm behind this is definitely trying to get its act together for sure. This is heading into 45 and Lagrange. Unfortunately, you guys were impacted by this major hook echo storm just to the northeast now. But it definitely looks like there could be some brief spin ups here. It's definitely not looking good. We'll see if this storm produces another monster. But you can see that inflow notch perfectly there with this book echo here. So this region right here is called a bookend vortice. So unfortunately, we're going to be able to see the potential for another tornado spinning up tonight as well. So it's definitely not looking good. The sound's still good, folks. Just want to make sure because sometimes my microphone's a little finicky. One time I recorded a video yesterday about this event, and unfortunately while I was recording, I didn't realize my microphone was muted for about 15 minutes. And unfortunately the data that I had there, I had to scrap it and try to record a new video. But by that time, I had a whole bunch of stuff going on, so it was definitely wild. All right, let's see here. It looks like this tornado warning has been extended here. We'll take a look at this one as well. This is heading into Centerville. And let's get the warning out for this, folks. This is for southeastern Dixon County, northern Maury County, western Williamson County, and Hickman County in Middle Tennessee. At 2:02 a.m., a confirmed and large and extremely dangerous tornado. Let's not combine large and extremely together. So it was located 8 miles southwest of Centerville, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Again, this is a particularly dangerous situation. Please take cover now, folks. Get to the lowest level and into the interior of the building that you're in now. Stay away from outside walls, windows, flying objects, debris can definitely penetrate those walls. Even those walls can come in and collapse on you. So please get to the interior level and at the lowest level as well. So this is going to include Santa Fe, Bon Aqua, Pinewood, Prim Springs, Williamsport, Lipers Fork, Lyles, and Nunnally here. This is between Interstate 40, between mile markers 170 and 184, Interstate 65 near mile marker 54, and Interstate 840 between mile markers 1 and 26. Again, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect yourself, please take cover now. Move to a basement or interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or driving in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Folks, don't try to hide under underpasses here. It's definitely not a good idea. I know like some people have done that in the past, and unfortunately, given a large tornado like this, it's not going to be good. Perfect velocity couplet there, and it looks like it's, let me see here, just want to verify this. It looks like it's cycled there for a second there. So we got, yeah, it looks like it's cycled. Let me see if I can get correlation coefficient there. So all this back here looks like hail. We're going to have to watch this little area closely. Yeah, that's definitely not good. It still says observed. So we'll see what's going on here. So it's moving Centerville. So unfortunately, it's going through Centerville or near Centerville at the moment. So that's definitely not good news for sure. Man, someone got struck by lightning in Tennessee. Wow, that's not good. I couldn't imagine being struck by lightning. That definitely would, doesn't sound fun at all. That sounds like a horrible experience. Did, I wonder if that person survived getting struck by lightning. I've heard of a few people, surviving a lightning strike. That's just wild. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have, we move up here a little bit. We got a couple more tornado warnings on going up here. Not good, because this is moving into the Pittsburgh area, and unfortunately, a lot of people are left in the dark here because a severe thunderstorm watch has not been issued at all. So we'll see if these storms get their act together and continue to push off to the northeast here. So this is for southeastern Coshocton County, northwestern Guernsey County, southwestern Harrison County, northeastern Muskingum County. Again, I apologize for butchering these names. And southeastern Tuscarawas County. This is in east central Ohio. At 3:05 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 9 miles south of West Lafayette, or 10 tiles southeast of Coshocton, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Locations impacted include Freeport, Plainfield, Tippecanoe, Piedmont, Otsego, Deersville, Birmingham, Bowdoin, Kimbolton, Clendening Lake, Piedmont Lake, and Tappan Lake. So please move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built building away from windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. This is radar indicated. This is not observed at the moment, but that does not mean that a tornado isn't on the ground. There just might not be anyone out in this area to visualize it here. And let's see. Unfortunately, it looks like the Pittsburgh radar is the closest, so the resolution on the velocity data isn't going to be the greatest. It could possibly be something right in here, something trying to spin up. This could be hail as well, or even larger raindrops. We're going to have to watch that. It is in a bound weak echo region there. So we're going to have to, I'm definitely going to continue monitoring this situation. And it looks like there's another bound weak echo region just to the southwest of that. Very interesting. It actually looks like right in here we have a hook echo. So I don't know if you guys can see that right there. Very, very interesting. If anything forms, it would be right in between Plainfield and Linton Mills and then head off to the northeast. It almost looks like there's a weak couplet right in there. So Linton Mills, if you guys, yeah, definitely take cover, please. Birds Run, Guernsey as well. All the way up through Paoli here, Westchester, Tippecanoe, and Deersville. Definitely looks like there is a weak couplet trying to form there. And possibly even in here, but it's very, very washed out given the distance from the radar here. Very strong line coming in though. Perfect QLCS setup. If you guys live in Cambridge, prepare for damaging winds. You guys are going to have a lot coming in here. Most likely 60 up to 70 mile per hour with this Boeing segment here. We meteorologists call this a bow echo. So we're going to have to watch this very carefully. There we go. I'm surprised that there's not a considerable warning on that. It also looks like we have a tornado warning here as well. This is coming into Albany and Athens. Let me check this here. This is for northwestern Meigs County, north central Gallia County, northeastern Jackson County, southeastern Vinton County, and southwestern Athens County and southeastern Ohio. So at 3:05 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Wellston, moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. Other locations include Dinesville, Darwin, Salem Center, Wilkesville, Radcliffe, Harrisonville, Colton, Dexter, Carpenter, and the Plains. If you guys live in any of those areas, please take cover now. Move to a basement or interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter to protect yourself from flying debris. Yeah, Mercer County got added to the severe thunderstorm watch, which is very interesting. For some reason, they had that issued earlier today. And it's very interesting because there are severe warnings along with which include severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings up and down this line coming into Pennsylvania. So we'll have to see what happens there. Yeah, some of these cells are very strong. Especially this bow echo signature here. So it's called a bow echo because it looks like a, like a bow, like an archer's bow. It's a curved line of intense thunderstorms, which is usually embedded within a squall line, which we see here. It often indicates the presence of strong straight line winds and is associated with very strong severe weather. So Pleasant City, Caldwell, eventually it's going to come into Barnesville, Malaga, and Woodsville here. So definitely take cover there. These can sometimes be referred to as backward seas on radar. So you can kind of see that there. This is caused by the rear inflow jet descending from the mid-levels of the atmosphere, which pushes the center of the line forward more rapidly than the ends. Sometimes you can get damaging winds in excess of 100 miles per hour. You can also get brief spin-up tornadoes, especially near the apex or the northern bookend vortex here. So right up in here is where we would see a possible tornado if a warning gets issued. Man, that's crazy. Some values indicate 102 mile per hour winds. even 64 mile per hour winds, but man, 102, that's absolutely insane. Like I said, it can exceed 100 miles per hour, damaging straight line winds. We can get flash flooding here as well, but these storms seem to be pretty fast moving, about 71 miles per hour. So flash flooding is a concern, but it's not the main threat. Unfortunately, damaging winds and brief spin up tornadoes will be ongoing here. And we do have some hail cores there. So 32.33 kilograms per meter squared. That's about nickel to quarter size there. So it's definitely pretty crazy. All right, folks, before I get too sidetracked on the storms up here, I want to go to the storms down to the south once again. It looks like this storm is becoming a little bit more mixed. The hook echo is getting absorbed into the main interior portion of the storm. That's definitely a little bit of good news. Unfortunately, that's not good news for hail. Hail size is definitely going to begin increasing on this storm here. And as you can see, we have a lime size hail possible. So a tornado warning remains in effect until 2:30 a.m. It looks like we've got about 14 more minutes of that. For East Central, Hardman County, northwestern McNairy, and southwestern Chester counties. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near Maysville or 8 miles northwest of Selmer, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. 2-inch hail and a tornado. It's absolutely wild. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, move to a storm shelter or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. If you live in 40 Forks, Hornsby, Rose Creek, Pine Top, Bethel Springs, Maysville, Woodville, McNairy, Lacey, Sillerton, Hickory Corners, Montezuma, Hebron, Robertson, Purdy, Selmer, and Finger. So avoid windows. If you're outdoors or in a mobile home or driving in a vehicle, please move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. It's definitely not a storm to take lightly. It looks like this storm down here near Lagrange, it looks like the PDS tornado warning was allowed to expire and a tornado warning was allowed to ensue there. Unfortunately, this is going to be moving over the same areas later on tonight, unfortunately. So if you live in Woodville, Hornsby, Bethel Springs, Hornsby, you guys are out of the main storm there, but unfortunately you have another tornado warn cell coming in behind that. Yeah, lemon size hail. It's absolutely insane. So let's read off this tornado warning. At 2:12 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Michigan City or 18 miles northeast of Holly Springs, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter are possible. This includes Rogers Springs, Ghost River State Natural Area, Salisbury, Pocahontas, Lisbon, Lagrange, Hickory Valley, Moscow, Grand Junction, Michigan City, Hebron, Middleton, Van Buren, and 45. So take cover now, move to a storm shelter or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Yeah, that's absolute wild. Looks like this tornado is still observed, and I can definitely see why. Clear inflow being ingested into the storm. Perfect streamwise vorticity coming in. If you guys live in Prim Springs, Mill Seat, Beasley Crossroads, this storm is off to your east and northeast. So you guys can probably have a nice view of the lightning illuminating the area here. So definitely please be careful out there. Don't get struck by lightning, folks. We already had one person in Tennessee get struck by lightning, unfortunately. So we're going to have to be very careful. If you guys do go outside, for any reason, if you're gonna, some people will be out here taking pictures. Like me, I would be out there taking pictures and video. Please don't get struck by lightning, and just know your limits, folks. When this storm starts coming in, you don't want to be caught in it. All right, so we still have the PDS tornado warning on this. This is for southeastern Dixon County, northern Maury County, western Williamson County, and Hickman County in Middle Tennessee. So at 2:02 a.m., a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located 8 miles southwest of Centerville, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Of course, now it is northwest of Centerville now. So locations impacted include Santa Fe, Bon Aqua, Pinewood, Prim Springs, Williamsport, Lipers Fork, Lyles, and Nunley here. This is Interstate 40 between mile markers 170 and 184, Interstate 65 near mile marker 54, and Interstate 840 between mile markers 1 and 26. It definitely looks like we still have that rotation there, shown on the velocity data there. Let me see if I can get the correlation coefficient. It's absolutely massive if that's the tornado there, folks. So the debris is being lofted 2.26 miles in diameter there. So that could possibly be the tornado that they're talking about. This is coming right into Prim Springs, Mill Seat, Beasley Crossroads, and then eventually into Kingfield, Traceview, and Lipers Fork. If you live in Prim Springs, please be in your tornado shelter. Mill Seat as well. Little Rock Mills, you guys are under the gun right now. Beasley Crossroads, definitely get into your tornado shelter as fast as you possibly can. And stay there until the storm passes. Do not come out until you know that the storm has passed. Looks like this has been extended as well. So tornado warning for northwestern Owsley County, southwestern Estill County, northern Jackson County, and northern Rockcastle County, southwestern Lee County. This is in southeastern and east central Kentucky. This is until 3:45 a.m. At 3:19 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Boone, or 12 miles north of Mount Vernon, moving east at 70 miles per hour. The storm will be around Boone in about 2 minutes. Morrill around 3:30, and Hisell or Hissell around 3:35 a.m. And we also have a Lumbaugh in the way as well. So take cover now, move to a basement or interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Still, it's a little hard to make out some of that. There we go. Looks like tornado would be right in there. It's just to the north of Berea, heading up towards Irvine. So a little bit of a correlation coefficient there, but this most likely is attributed to hail here, but we'll have to see what happens with that. But to me, it looks like it's hail there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have another tornado warning. This is the PDS tornado warning, particularly dangerous situation. We have tennis ball size hail now as well, so we're going to have to watch that very carefully. Tornado warning remains in effect until 3:15 a.m. for southern Henderson, northeastern Hardman, northern McNary, northern Hardin, Chester, and Decanter counties. At 2:22 a.m., a large and extremely dangerous tornado is located near Maysville, or 8 miles north of Selmer, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. The damaging tornado is the hazard here. Locations include Pine Top, Maysville, Adamsville, Reagan, Rock Hill, Sillerton, Hickory Corners, Pleasant Grove, Middle Fork, Decanterville, Cerro Gordo, Thurman, Lick Skillet, um, Mill Edgeville, Perryville, Montgomery, Woodville, Warrens Bluff, Batch Springs, and Montezuma. So to repeat, a large and extremely dangerous and potentially deadly tornado is developing. To protect your life, please take cover now. Move to a storm shelter or interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Let's get a handle on this storm here. Again, it's looking nasty, folks. So it looks like the appendage is coming down. And it looks like this could be a rain-wrapped tornado. Given that the RFD is going to start spinning around the circulation there. Yeah, right there, folks. Nice couplet. This is just to the north of 40 Forks. So I hope and pray that 40 Forks, I hope you guys are doing okay. McNary as well. Bethel Springs, this is off to your northwest. Yeah, it is a nasty storm. It looks like the correlation coefficient is dragging behind a little bit. It looks like about 1.54 miles in diameter. The rest of this is probably debris being lofted outside of the circulation. The circulation looks like to be, at least the previous image here, about 1.5 miles wide. So that's definitely not good. That is definitely an extremely large tornado. And unfortunately, check this out, folks. Just line after line of tornado warnings. This extends from Bon Aqua Junction all the way down through Lagrange. So you can see this line of red here. It's definitely not looking good. Severe thunderstorm warning coming into Centerville. Centerville, you've had your fair share tonight of storms. Unfortunately, it looks like you're gonna get pelted again. Let me see if we can see anything here. Nice mezzo on this storm, right over Beardstown here. Oh, I agree. Yeah, Salisbury definitely is for sure. Looks like there's a couple tornado warnings still ongoing up to the north. Definitely trying to watch out. Just heading right for Sardis as well. Yeah, it's not good, folks. Oof, man. They're definitely in the core of that storm, Salisbury, Tennessee. You got the purple and black showing up on radar, which is 60 dBz. It's pretty high, 61 as well. It's very rare that dBz gets above 65 or so, so we'll see if it can push that. And McNary and Finger and 40 Forks under the gun here for this PDS tornado. Man, that is a strong couplet there. It's like we got 64 mile per hour on top of 29 mile per hour. So it's definitely not looking good. Sixty-four on top of 29. So we're looking at about 93 to 95 mile per hour tornado there. So the wind speeds are definitely insane there. Let me see if we can get any resolve. There we go. 109 on top of 18. It's definitely not good. So we're looking at about 127, possibly 130 mile per hour winds in that tornado there. Let me see if I can get correlation coefficient back up here. It's a nasty, messy looking cell, especially with all the hail that's happening. Unfortunately, the tennis ball size hail is obscuring some of this data here. You can clearly see where that couplet is. It's right in there. And unfortunately, this is moving at 45 miles per hour. So it's not letting up anytime soon. All right, so there's about 3,217 people in the path of the storm. Enville, 11 minutes. Mill Edgewood, 14 minutes. Hickory Flats, 19 minutes. Hinkle, 20 minutes. Sardis, 22 minutes. Five Forks, 23 minutes. Saltillo, 23 minutes. Presley Ridge, 24 minutes. Thurman, 27 minutes. Scotts Hill, 28 minutes. And then about a half an hour to 40 minutes, we have Taylor's Crossing, Red Walnut, Dunbar, Hanny, and Bath Springs, and Largo as well. Decanterville, if the storm keeps its act. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's really much going to stop this storm. Let me see. It still has clean inflow. I always forget to deactivate that. Sorry. There we go. Man. Yeah, that's absolutely wild. Yeah, it's not looking good, folks. Yeah, look at that. Perfect bound, weak echo region there. And then we have that inflow notch. We got that momentum push forward from the low-level jet. And then we have that hook off to the south as well. This is definitely a very major storm. It's near Salisbury, heading off towards Hebron, Ceres, Hornsby. Guys, unfortunately, some of the same city names as we read off before are going to be in the path of this storm. It's definitely not good. Wish there were some live cameras of this storm. I might be able to pull up maybe some traffic cams and see what goes on with that. See if there's anything I could pull up. All right, let me see. Not very many traffic cams down this way, unfortunately. Thank you, brother, for being here. I appreciate it. It's definitely good to see you again. Yeah, I can see Nashville possibly getting hit. Well, I should say under a warning for a tornado, especially given this volatile environment. Zoom in there. There we go. Yeah, that's not looking good. That's almost perfect beeline into Nashville. Still a strong couplet showing there. Very weak echoes as well. Nice clean inflow out ahead of this storm. Just making a beeline for Nashville's folks. So if you guys live in Nashville and you're listening, or if you know anybody that lives in Nashville, if you can share this video with them, or at least let them know that a potential tornadic supercell is heading their way. But yeah, it's not good. That is not good. Classic signature right there. It's almost getting this bowling ball shape on the bottom as well in the hook echo region. You can see how tight that velocity is getting. The mesocyclone is recycling. Wouldn't be surprised, like you said, bro, if tornado warning is issued for Nashville, Bellevue, Franklin, up through Hendersonville. Definitely gonna have to watch that carefully. Just real quick, I want to see what's going on. So it looks like they're getting ready to cross into the panhandle of West Virginia. So if you live in should say Ohio, there, East Liverpool, and then West Virginia for Weirton, Wellsburg, Wheeling, Moundsville, all the way down through New Martinsville down to the south. You guys are going to be under the gun for a severe thunderstorm, bringing in 60 miles per hour and torrential rainfall. Right now, it looks like a low chance of a tornado, so that's good news. But unfortunately, the southern end of this has that backwards C shape, or oops, sorry, that wasn't working for a second. There we go. But yeah, it looks like it has that bow echo on it. So we're going to have to watch that. Still got some tornado warnings going on up here. They are radar indicated, which is good news. Hopefully they stay that way and they don't become observed. Man, I want to see what this storm's going to do. Let me see if I can pull up a Nashville live camera. All right, let me see. So EarthCam is a good website for that. Unfortunately, they have ads, which really sucks. But once this ad's over, I can pull up the camera from Nashville. Let me see if there's any more. Seems we got another tornado warning issue there. And there it is, folks. Tornado warning for Nashville, unfortunately. Pull this up. Tornado warning for Davidson County, Williamson County, and southeastern Cheatham County in Middle Tennessee. This is until 3 a.m. So we got about 23 minutes of this storm coming in. At 2:36 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Fairview, or 13 miles west of Franklin, moving northeast at 70 miles per hour. Tornado and quarter-size hail are possible. This will be near Franklin, Madison, Forest Hills, Nolensville, Hermitage, Belmead, Bells Bend, Brentwood, Nashville, Whites Creek, Bellevue, Antioch, Natchez Trace at Highway 96, Pegram, Fairview, Berry Hill, Kingston Springs, Beeman Park, Lipers Fork, and Percy Priest Lake. It also includes Interstate 40 between mile markers 182 and 222, Interstate 65 between mile markers 63 and 95, Interstate 24 between mile markers 37 and 63, and Interstate 840 between mile markers 7 and 21. Folks, take shelter now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Again, this does include Nashville, Tennessee now. So this is going to be one to watch. And unfortunately, there is a line of cells behind this, or a string of pearls, I like to call it. Extending all the way from basically Bellevue all the way down through Salisbury there. So it's going to be an active night, folks. All right, let me pull this up for you guys. Just make sure. There we go. All right, let me bring this down. So I'm going to put up a live cam of Broadway in Nashville. So that way we can see the storm coming in here as it does. I will put this, let me see here. All right, let me remove that. All right, there we go. So we can make this a little bit bigger as well. All right, guys. So that is the live cam from Broadway at Nashville. So we'll definitely bring this up from time to time as the storm comes in so that we can monitor what's going on there. Just bring that down. There we go. All right, folks, this is from webcamtaxi.com. This is Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee. You can see really not much going on at the moment, but unfortunately, it definitely looks like they're going to be under the gun here very soon. So once we get, once the storm comes in, we'll bring this back up. There we go. Let's bring up the radar there. Just make sure everything's still working. There we go. Just want to show you there. Just want to get this working so that way we're ready to go. All right, let's go back to the live radar there. Looks like it is starting to come into Nashville, at least the top portion of the storm. So the portion of the flying eagle where the wings are. So the reason why we call it a flying eagle is because if you just look at this, it looks like the beak where the arrowhead is there, and then the wings spread out like that. So it looks like sort of an eagle, flying eagle, either flying or swooping down in. So it's actually pretty neat. It's a neat term used by meteorologists for sure. Yeah, Selmer, that's definitely not good. Let me see if I can pull some pictures up. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not looking good there, folks. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the people impacted by any of these storms tonight. We definitely want to make sure that everybody's staying safe. We want everybody to heed these warnings. And thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Just curious to see what's ongoing in my area. Looks like these storms are still packing a punch. .40, 46, up to 60 mile per hour there. There we go. Looks like we are now in a severe thunderstorm watch here in Pittsburgh. There we go. Storm's not too far away now. It's moving at 62 miles per hour. Pull up a Pittsburgh camera once the storm comes in as well. So unfortunately, since this is a populated area, over 2.6 million people will be under the gun for severe weather here in the Pittsburgh area. And just to read some of these off, Hanover in 14 minutes, Independence 19 minutes, Hopewell 22 minutes, Findlay 22, Robinson 23 minutes, Imperial 24 minutes, Carnot Moon 25 minutes, Moon Township 26, North Fayette 26 minutes, McDonald 27 minutes, South Fayette 31 minutes, Ohio 31 minutes here, Carnegie 33 minutes, Bridgeville 33 minutes. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely not looking good. And then eventually into Pittsburgh in about 38 minutes from now. And then eventually this is going to move over into Munhall, 42 minutes, Fox Chapel, 41 minutes, into West Mifflin as well. We're going to have to watch out for some spin ups on this line, unfortunately. So it looks like there is a bit of a bow echo with a weird bound weak echo region here behind that. So we're going to have to watch that. That's coming into St. Clairsville there. And let me see if I can pull up this real quick. Thank you for sending me that, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's not looking good. Let me see if I can put this up. Man, that's absolutely heartbreaking, guys. Let me show you this picture here. So this is a destroyed gas station in Selmer, Tennessee. Let me put this up on screen for you guys. Sorry about that. Getting my bearings there. There we go, folks. Take a look at that image on screen there. Unfortunately, this is what is left of what used to be a gas station in Selmer, Tennessee there. So a tornado actually destroyed it completely. Not much left standing. Maybe, possibly, there's the pumps there. This could possibly be maybe the cooler area. So hopefully if anybody's working there, I hope that they got out safe and sound. It's definitely not good. It's heartbreaking when you see images like that, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a new tornado warning has been issued. This includes Wheeling, West Virginia. This is for eastern Belmont County, northwestern Greene County, southwestern Washington County, Marshall County, and Ohio County. This is for east central Ohio, southwestern Pennsylvania, and northern West Virginia. This is until 4:15 a.m. So at 3:47 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles southwest of St. Clairsville, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Just like I said, folks, it was a very weird bound weak echo region behind the bow. So unfortunately, that's indicative of potential tornadic development there. Locations impacted include Wheeling, Moundsville, Martins Ferry, St. Clairsville, Bel Air, Warwood, Bethlehem, Triadelphia, Valley Grove, Shadyside, McMetchin, Glendale, Bridgeport, Benwood, Brookside, Belmont, West Alexander, Neffs, Aledonia, and Glendale. Folks, if I read off your town there, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built building away from windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Man, that's not looking good. Let's see here. Yeah, right there, folks. Right over Lloydsville. This is going to head towards St. Clairsville, over into Martins Ferry and Wheeling, unfortunately. And it looks like there's a possible brief spin up there as well, which is the northern side of this bookend vortice here, which is exactly where we would expect a tornado brief spin up to form there. Definitely looks like some hail. This is going to come into Jacobsburg there. See what we're dealing with. A little bit behind there. So we're looking at about dime size to nickel size hail there. 28.42 kilograms per meter squared. Yeah, that's looking nasty there, folks. So this is coming into my neck of the woods here. we will continue to monitor this. Let me get some of the cities and towns in the path of this storm here. Looks like this is going to go just to the south of me. Before I forget, I should probably, let me see here. All right. So before I forget, I am going to post this on Facebook real quick. Just so everyone in my area is aware that a tornado warning is ongoing up here. All right, audio is still good, folks? Yeah, it's definitely coming in. Severe thunderstorm warning issued for Allegheny County. It's a very large severe thunderstorm warning. It's in Belmont County, southeastern Carroll, southeastern Columbiana, eastern Harrison, Jefferson County, Monroe County, southeastern Noble, northwestern Allegheny County, western Greene County, Washington County, southwestern Butler County, Beaver County, Brooke County, Hancock County, west central Marion County, Marshall County, Ohio County, and Wetzel County. At 3:50 a.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line from 9 miles south of Lisbon to 16 miles southwest of Woodsville, or along a line of 8 miles west of Wellsville to 16 miles southwest of Woodsville, moving east at 55 miles per hour. Wheeling, Cranberry, Moon Township, Weirton, Steubenville, Washington, Franklin Park, East Liverpool, Aliquippa, Moundsville, Cannonsburg, Beaver Falls, Martins Ferry, Monaca, New Martinsville, St. Clairsville, Bel Air, Barnesville, Wellsville, and Cadiz. Seek shelter inside a well-built structure and stay away from windows. These storms are capable of producing wind damage. Definitely not a good sign, folks. It looks like it's pretty linear coming into Allegheny County. The only thing that's a little bit concerning is this area back here, just to the southwest of East Liverpool, though. So that's a concerning area. Still got that northern section of that bookend vortice coming in. Definitely looks like it's tightening up. We'll have to see if this drops a brief spin up tornado or not. But it's definitely not a good thing, folks. Let me see if the camera in Nashville is picking up on anything. Looks like the storm has arrived. Let me pull that up for you real quick. So let's go to the Nashville storm. Man, it's still a nasty looking storm, folks. All right, so let me pull this up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it looks like in downtown Nashville right now. You can see the rain, possibly some hail mixing in there. People still walking on the streets. Guy's a legend. Definitely dominate the storm down there. People driving around as well. So nothing stops the hardened people of the South from getting out. Just please stay safe if you guys are living in Nashville. I know my friend Austin lives down in there, so I hope he's staying safe. He's probably sleeping right now, but I'm sure these rumbles of thunder are probably going to wake him up there. Let me go back to the radar real quick. So it looks like the tornadic portion of the storm is going to miss Nashville, but unfortunately it's a pretty nasty couplet still showing up. Looks like we got 91 on top of 85 there. So that's definitely not good. That could possibly be a 176 mile per hour tornado. If that's the case, correlation coefficient lines up pretty good to that as well. Unfortunately, this is just to the north of Bellevue there. Let me get a hook on this here. 56 mile per hour northward, northeastern movement there. So almost 1.2 million people in the path of this storm. Let me see that one more time. Very curious. It almost looks like there could be an anticyclonic tornado possibly forming there. We might have to watch Nashville a little bit more closely there. Could be right northern Nashville, right in that weird bound weak echo region there. So this is going to go to the north of Nashville towards Bordeaux. This is actually going to hit the John C. Toone Airport here. Curious to see what data comes out of that. Definitely not good. Storms are getting closer here in Pittsburgh. There could possibly be another tornado warning issued here. Looks like another bound weak echo region between two intense bands of precipitation. This is near Smithfield. This will head into, looks like New Alexandria, Mingo Junction there. Possibly even into Weirton. We're going to have to watch that carefully. Tornado warning still radar indicated. Let me zoom in and see if I can see anything there. 78 mile per hour winds possibly coming in here, folks. That's definitely not good news at all. Let me see if I can pull up any more live cameras there. Very curious. Let's see here. Man, that's a nasty looking tornado, brother. Thanks for sending me that picture. That's from Selmer earlier, man. That's wow. It's a monster. You can almost see, it looks like it has a appendage out in the front as well. This is from Selmer earlier, folks. Earlier I showed that gas station that got destroyed. Hopefully nobody was in that gas station. Let me put that image back on screen for you folks. This is near Selmer earlier. This was a gas station. This is in Tennessee, Selmer, Tennessee. As you can see, there's basically nothing left of that gas station. So hopefully all of the workers that were there, if they were working, I hope they all made it out okay. Hopefully customers weren't there at the time either. It does look like maybe something survived back here. Maybe the cooler. Hopefully. Unfortunately, that's the only angle we have on those pictures now. That's absolutely wild, folks. And let me pull up this image for you. This is the tornado that actually caused that damage. Let me pull this up real quick for you. Might be a little bit blurry. Now, there it is, folks. Check out that tornado right there. It's absolutely monstrous. It's most likely high-end EF3, EF4 range tornado. Let me see if I can put both images on the screen. Just so that way you guys can see it. There we go. There we go, folks. So there's the tornado that hit Selmer earlier, Selmer, Tennessee. And then there's the gas station that it impacted there. It's definitely not good, folks. Looks like Nashville, with the rain on Broadway there still. Surprisingly, I can't hear any of the thunder here yet in Pittsburgh. I'm going to pull up the Pittsburgh camera just in case. All right. Let me make sure if I can get this up there. All right, let me see if I can add this to the screen as well. The only problem about earthcam.com is that they have ads, which sucks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just to show you this. This is the live cam from Pittsburgh. Let me zoom in just a little bit there so you guys can see it. There we go. There's the Pittsburgh live camera. Once these storms come in, I can definitely put this up for you guys so we can watch it together and what transpires here in Pittsburgh. It sounded like another tornado warning was issued. Let me verify that. Looks like they extended the Nashville tornado warning here. There we go. Nashville's getting rocked now. Let me see the camera here. And we'll pull that up for you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's the Nashville camera on Broadway. Not much to see, though, unfortunately, because all the raindrops on the screen. But you can see how heavy that rain is coming down there. And let me just move this, just resize this window just a little bit. All right, so this is what the radar looks like in Nashville. And then there's the camera. So you guys can definitely see the rain coming down there. It looks like they're in the northern part of the core there. They're not going through the center of it, so that's good news. But unfortunately, they are in a portion of the core. So it's very interesting. Don't see much in terms of lightning on this camera yet. Maybe if we zoom in on it and watch it for a minute. Let's put this on there. There we go. Oh, one more time. There we go. So you guys can see the rain coming down there. Probably some hail mixed in as well. Definitely some winds. It looks like there is some flashes on there. Very, very interesting for sure. Still have yet to hear a single rumble of thunder here in Pittsburgh. It's actually pretty crazy. Figured I'd hear a little bit more here. Looks like there's some lightning. Not a ton of it. It is getting closer though, so that's good news. Definitely looking forward to when it arrives. So it's about 24 miles to the west. So we're just waiting for this to come in. Let's see here. So it's moving at 43 miles per hour. So 2.2 million people in the path of this storm. This is up here in southwestern Pennsylvania in the World Weather Authority studio area. Let me get this off the screen for you guys. Sorry about that. I want to block that for you. All right, so Eldersville, 11 minutes. Cross Creek, 14 minutes. Langoloth, 15 minutes. Burgettstown, 17 minutes. Bulger, 22 minutes. Mount Pleasant, 22 minutes. Robinson, 24 minutes. So anybody in the family watching, be careful out there if you guys are out and about. I'm sure you guys are probably getting ready to wake up soon. Unfortunately, this storm will probably wake you up before your alarm clock does. Muse, 29 minutes. Imperial, 29 minutes. North Fayette, 30 minutes. Oakdale, 32 minutes. South Fayette, 32 minutes. Bridgeville, 37 minutes. Heidelberg, 38 minutes. Pennsbury Village, 38 minutes. 39 minutes in Carnegie. 39 Roslyn Farms. And let me see where Pittsburgh is on here. There it is, 47 minutes. So about 450 something or so. Still got some time, so let me look into what's going on with this tornado warning. See if there's any chance of this being extended. That's good. Thank you, brother, for updating that. So it seems that the tornadoes in Tennessee no longer has the PDS tag. So that's definitely good news. All right, so we still got that bow echo coming in. This is heading into Triadelphia at the moment, down through Limestone. And unfortunately, this northern portion is what we're going to have to watch. Looks like there's no velocity data there. That's interesting. Correlation coefficient possibly showing some hail there. This is just to the north and northwest of Limestone and to the east of Glendale Heights. I can see more of an inflow notch a little bit. Unfortunately, another bound weak echo region developing on the southern end of this. We also have another one there as well. Inflow notch. Not a lot of clean inflow coming in, so that's good news. Hopefully this isn't extended any. I'm still a little bit concerned about this area right near Mingo Junction. It is between two lines. You can see this bow echo segment there. Then you have this bound weak echo region out front and bound weak echo region in the middle. And then you have another line behind that. It's definitely a concerning area. There could be some rotation just to the south of Mingo Junction there. Looks like just slight, very, very modest rotation. Nothing that stands out. This storm, though, is looking a little bit worse, unfortunately. Looks like Limestone going to take a direct hit from this. Looks like it just went through Moundsville. This is going to head off to the northeast. Looks like Callis, Alley Grove, West Findlay, East Findlay, Prosperity, and then eventually up into South Germain, Glide, and the Cookburg area is most likely going to see the worst of this storm. It's definitely not good news. Down to the south as well. for my friends here in northern West Virginia. You got some storms coming in here. So it does say tornado possible tag here. This is for Meigs County, East Central Washington County, Pleasants County, Northwestern Calhoun County, Ritchie County, Central Doddridge County, Wirt County, Tyler County, Northern Jackson County, and Wood County. So at 4:01 a.m., it's about 9 minutes ago, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Sistersville to near Ravenswood, moving east at 110 miles per hour. Have you guys ever seen storms move at 110 miles per hour? Hazard is 60 mile per hour wind gusts. They're going to have to up that to 70 or 75, folks, with storms moving at 110 with that forward momentum and those inflow notches and things like that. Most likely 70 mile per hour, 75 mile per hour winds. So I'm monitoring my mic at the moment, and I just heard a little bit of sort of electrical discharge there. So that was interesting. Almost sounds like that the lightning is getting closer. I did hear a little bit of a rumble of thunder there. So maybe my mic is a little bit more sensitive than I thought. All right, let's go back down here, folks. So yeah, 110 mile per hour storm system, folks. And that's not the wind speed. That's actual the forward momentum of the storm moving east at 110 miles per hour. So it'll be near Alma, Cherry, Smithville, Belmont, Maxwell, Mineral Wells, Pennsboro, Pike, Berea, hope I'm pronouncing that right, McFarland, Ellenboro, Pee Wee, Greenwood, Willow Island, Walker, Petroleum, Arvilla, Sistersville, Elizabeth, and Waverly. This also includes Interstate 77 in West Virginia between mile markers 146 and 177, and Route 50 in West Virginia between mile markers 8 and 57. Check this out, folks. So remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. Very interesting there, folks. And unfortunately, we are getting that backward C shape, so we're going to have to watch that northern portion of this storm. And this is near Lone Valley. This is going to head up towards Highland and Beech Grove. And eventually, these storms are going to head up into the Mannington, Fairmont, and Morgantown area. So let me get a hang on this there. It's very interesting because the radar estimates say these storms are moving at about 70, 75 miles per hour. But the actual severe thunderstorm warning says they're moving at 110. So let's take this. We'll take it at 75. Just to give you guys a little update here. Just curious. I want to see when this is going to come into the Fairmont area and into the Morgantown area as well. So Morgantown's about 58 minutes. So you still got about an hour before the storm comes in. But if it's moving at 110, it'll be faster than that. Right now I'm tracking it at 70, 75 miles per hour. So Monongah coming in at 44 minutes. It's definitely not good. There we go. Fairmont at 47 minutes from now. Again, if it is moving at 110, we can update those estimates. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you can hear my cat in the background. She's meowing. I think she's a little anxious from these storms. All right, so if these storms are in fact moving at 110 miles per hour, this will be in Mannington in about 25 minutes. Monongah in 27 minutes. So big difference between 44 and 27 minutes there. So we're going to have to watch that carefully, folks. So Shinston about 24 minutes. Yeah, it's not good, folks. So between a half an hour and about or so, it'll be coming in. All right. Absolutely. She's in storm mode. She wants to go chasing. Unfortunately, I'm really not in a position to chase right now. Otherwise, I would be out there, recovering from surgery and all. So it kind of sucks. I would love to go chasing right now, but driving is still a little bit uncomfortable. And wearing normal clothes is uncomfortable. Right now I'm in sweatpants. So yeah, it's very interesting. All right, hang on, guys. Let me share some of this. Share my data here. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can hear it meowing in the background or not. All right. Sorry, folks. Had to share some of that data. There we go. Let me see. All right, so the Nashville camera cleared up with the Pittsburgh camera. Looks like we're getting a little bit of lag on the stream right now. Yeah, it looks like that tornado warning was only allowed to expire. Man, voice is cutting in and out there. Storms are freaking coming in and wreaking havoc on things right now. All right, so while I'm still alive, because audio is still good, or are we losing it there? Seems like we were losing it for a second. See what happens. A little bit of interference from these storms. All right, let's look at some of these storms here. All right, so this cell to the south of Newport along this line looks a little concerning. Tornado is possible here, folks. So we're going to have to watch this. All right, so at 4:01 a.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Sistersville to near Ravenswood, moving east at 110 miles per hour. So we're looking at Alma, Sherry, Smithville, Belmont, Maxwell, Mineral Wells, Pennsboro, Pike, Berea, McFarland, Ellenboro, Pee Wee, Greenwood, Willow Island, Walker, Petroleum, Arvilla, Sistersville, Elizabeth, and Waverly. So folks in northern West Virginia, over the next half an hour to 45 minutes, please remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from these severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, make sure you go to your basement or go to a small central room in a sturdy structure, folks. Yeah, just a little bit of interference. Very weird. It looks like northern West Virginia is now in the severe thunderstorm watch. And it looks like we're about to be in the warning as well. Let me get some velocity data on this. So the velocity data looks a little bit linear there. At least the demarcation does. Now let me see reflectivity. See, that's where it gets a little wonky. And then especially right in here. So we got this backward C shape, folks. That is called a bow echo. When these come through, they definitely spell trouble, folks. So bow echo basically looks like an archer's bow. That's why it's named that. And it's a curved line of intense thunderstorms. It's usually embedded within a squall line. It often indicates the presence of strong straight line winds and associated with strong severe weather. As I said before, it looks like a backward C. You can see that C shape there. Let me highlight this one more time. So you can see that C shape there. So this is caused by the rear inflow jet that's descending from the mid-levels there. So the air behind this coming in like this from the mid-levels down to the surface, which is pushing the center of the line forward and more rapidly than the ends. So winds can be in excess of 100 miles per hour times. And we can expect some brief tornadoes, especially near the apex or the northern bookend vortex, which would be right in here. And unfortunately, this portion of the storm looks like to be heading up towards Mannington, Morgantown. The worst portion of that storm will be extending from Mannington to Farmington. It may miss Fairmont, but you're still going to get the southern portion of that line. It's definitely an active night, folks. So we'll see how that goes. All right. It's a little concerning that we have tornado warnings ongoing down here as well. This is near Point Pleasant. This is off to the west and northwest of that area. Main concern right now will be northern West Virginia with some of these storms that come in, especially this southern cell. The southern cell is not looking too good. So this is near Newark, Elizabeth, Morristown, Palestine, Cherry. I have to watch this cell very carefully as it comes in. See, this storm has clean inflow from the southeast there. You can see these notches here all the way up. We're going to have to watch this if the rear flank downdraft can come back and wrap down to the south of this storm and then form one of those hook echoes. It looks like the severe thunderstorm warning for the Pittsburgh area, which includes my area, has been able to expire. And it looks like down just to the south of Washington is where the the severe thunderstorm warning commences, and it goes all the way down through Ravenswood. A few tornado warnings here that we're going to have to watch out for as this propagates on through. I'm going to try to stay live as long as possible. We will see there a little bit of lag, folks. Let's see if I can get rid of these. There we go. All right, audio is still there, folks. Maybe I should shift my stream down a little bit here. Just let me edit it on the fly. All right, let's see. Still cutting in and out. All right.